Hi guys, how have you been? I don't really know how to start this properly, but I've just been thinking a lot lately as a 19-year-old, and I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind. I hope you can enjoy this while enjoying my Zelda gameplay. You guys can ask me in the comments for another game to play in the background. I'm kinda new at this. The idea that you can be addicted to something that isn't even real. And I don't mean that in some dramatic, obvious way. I mean it in a quiet way. The kind of thing that slowly becomes part of your routine without you even noticing at first. Because when something isn't real, it feels safe. It can't judge you, it can't reject you, it can't suddenly change on you in ways you didn't expect. It's consistent, it's predictable, and in a weird way, it feels like control. And I think that's why it's so easy to fall into. For me, it feels like getting lost on purpose. Like stepping into something where everything makes more sense than real life does. Whether it's a game, like Zelda, or just being stuck in my own thoughts. Or imagining a different version of life. It's something I can disappear into. And the more you do that, the more real life starts to feel distant. Like you're there, but not really here. Because real life can feel confusing. It can feel directionless, like you're supposed to be going somewhere, but you don't even know what direction to walk in. And that's one of the hardest feelings to explain. It's not just, I don't know what I'm doing. It's more like a deeper thought. It's more like, I don't know where I belong. I don't know what I'm working towards. I don't know if I'm moving forward or just standing still. And when you feel like that for long enough, it gets heavy. So naturally, you look for something to escape into. Something that makes you feel like you're progressing. Something that gives you small wins. Something that tells you even for a moment that you're doing okay. And that's where it starts. Not because you're lazy, not because you're weak, but because you found something that gives you relief from something you don't really know how to deal with yet. And then it becomes a habit. You go back to it again and again, sometimes without even thinking about it. It's just automatic, like your brain already knows. This is where we go when things feel too much. And at first, it actually helps. It gives you space. It quiets everything down. It lets you breathe a little. But after a while, it starts to replace things. Time goes by without you noticing. Things you wanted to do get pushed aside, and slowly you start feeling even more disconnected from real life. Which just makes you want to escape even more. It is just like a loop. You feel lost, so you escape. You escape, so you feel even more lost. And I think a lot of people experience this in different ways, even if they don't talk about it. For me, personally, one of the ways I deal with it is honestly just trying not to think about things not too much, even when I know myself it's a bad way of coping. It'll distract myself. I'll stay busy with something or just keep my mind occupied so I don't have to sit with that feeling. And I know that's not really a perfect way to cope. I know. Because ignoring something doesn't make it go away. It just kinda pauses it. And I think that's something that many people experience. But at the same time, sometimes you need that pause. Sometimes you're not ready to face everything at all at once. And that is okay too. I think what I'm slowly starting to realize is that coping isn't always clean, isn't always perfect. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it's just doing what you can in the moment to get through the day. But I also think there's a balance. Because completely escaping all the time, it starts to take more than it actually gives. And I'm trying slowly to be more aware of that. Like, even if I still escape sometimes, I try to come back, even if it's just for a little bit. Even if it's just doing one real thing, talking to someone, going outside, sitting with my thoughts for a few minutes instead of running from them. It's not easy. And I'm definitely not someone who has it all figured out like some of the people who pretend on social media, or your friends who pretend. No. But I think just being aware of it, recognizing that feeling, is already a step towards being a better person. Because if you understand why you're escaping, it becomes a little less automatic, a little more intentional, and maybe, just maybe over time, that feeling of being lost doesn't disappear completely, but it becomes more something you can actually face instead of something you constantly run away from. I don't really have a perfect conclusion for this. I just wanted to talk about it honestly. Because if you've ever felt like this too, like you're addicted to something that isn't real, just because real life feels too heavy or too confusing, you are definitely not the only one. And I think that's okay to admit that. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know if you relate to any of this or how you deal with it. I'm always here to listen, and I'll always read the comments. I'm here to improve and to let people know that making changes to improve isn't necessarily something bad, and you shouldn't be afraid of change. And yeah, thanks for listening, guys.